Hello guys and welcome back. So about 2 months ago I posted this video, how to revive a dead channel, and basically I talked about how I'd start this new series of rating your guys' creations instead of just building mine, because time is kind of iffy at the moment with, last year of high school, worrying about uni, all that shit. So I've decided to start this series, and I did some thinking about the format I want to do it in, and sort of overall I came up with this idea where I basically go through 3 creations per video, because I don't think it'll take me too long to, mention a couple things that I didn't like, or whatever, and then suggest some changes. I don't think it'll take that long, so I think it's totally viable that I could fit, 3 different people's creations in one video. So that's what I'm going to try this episode, see if it works out, see if it doesn't, and yeah, I'm going to try to make this an episodic thing. And I also do want to build some things here and there, but at the moment I'm just kind of chilling. Winter break is now here, so maybe I'll get something done. Who knows, man. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get on to our first submission. Hopefully it turns out alright and everything goes smoothly. So first off, we have Joey's M4A1. Now, I am going to mute the audio for the original video, or at least turn it down really low, in case, there's copyright issues and all that, and just so you guys could hear what's going on. I do really like this build. It's super nice. Everything's made in black bricks, which of course it doesn't matter what color it is, but it's always nice to have that consistent color scheme. The barrel is made with actual cylindrical pieces, which makes it look super smooth, which is always nice. Now, although some of the features like the bolt catch don't actually work, the attention to detail there is always appreciated, and it's just nice to have something there, It doesn't always have to work as long as thought was put into it. And overall, I just think it's a really nice creation. It looks nice, it's got some features, and everything just ties together in a really nice way. Now, when I looked at this gun from the beginning, I thought that one of the biggest things that was off was the proportions. Now, of course, it's not that the proportions are off by a large amount. It's just, I think, one of the biggest issues on the gun. If you look at this overlay image I did, you could see that the main receiver of the gun is a bit large and some of the proportions don't line up with the actual gun. And then the stock itself is big and the barrel is too small. Now, of course, those could all be due to the camera angle or the picture, but those are just based off of what I see and what I have. So that's, I think, one of the first suggestions I'd make. As for some of the smaller stuff, I'd say that the rail on the handguard is a bit small for the size of the handguard. I think you should have made it 3 studs wide, and that would cover the entire surface a lot better. The stock itself, like I mentioned, is a bit big and bulky, so what you could do is use some of these sloped bricks to help give more space. And finally, I just think the dust cover is on the wrong way. I personally like it a lot more when the smooth bricks are on the outside when you have it closed. I just think it looks better for the final project, but that's just a small thing. And overall, it's a really nice creation. There's a couple small things here and there that should be changed, but I think it's a really good start. And it's nice seeing how much you've improved over the last couple of years, man. So, yeah. Now, next up, we have Brick Armory's Scorpion. Now, this thing is just a beautiful creation. Everything just looks super slick. All the studs are smoothed out, the color scheme is all right. Using the tubing pieces for the stock just looks super accurate to the real thing. Pretty much all the features from the actual gun are present on the Lego replica, and upon first glance, it's just a beautiful Lego gun. I did a proportions test on the gun, doing my best to ignore perspective and all that, and I think the only problems I found was that the trigger guard was slightly too small, and that the handle shape is slightly off under the trigger guard. I think you need maybe a couple plates or something there just to give it more of that steep curve that it has. And at this point, I'm basically nitpicking because this is just actually a really good creation, but I think the field strip should use a pin instead of just being attached by studs, because it could lead to some stability issues. But of course, it's not that big of a deal that you did it the way you did it, because it is a really small gun, and I think it would be very difficult to make the pins be very stable. And honestly, that's like all I have to say about it. It's just a really, really cool creation. And thanks for linking your Flickr, by the way. That's really nice for me to look at, because sometimes, you know, the videos are kind of hard to actually get a grasp of what's going on. And yeah, that's it for this one. Now finally for this video, we have Neil's M4. Now, he said in his email that he doesn't have a lot of pieces because he can't afford them, which is obviously perfectly fine, which is why it's rainbowed. But I think for what he has, this is a really, really good creation. It's got all the features you'd want in an M4, the trigger, the bolt. It even has a working magazine release and a bolt catch, which I was actually super surprised when I saw it. Now, he said that this gun is supposed to be sort of like an M4 style gun. It's not actually based off of anything. I think that it's kind of hard to judge, since I can't really talk about shape or anything like that. But you could add some features that, you know, a normal M4 would have, like the forward assist assembly and the upper receiver, or sort of just the shape overall of the upper receiver. It needs some changes, I think. The lower receiver, where the magazine goes in, there's sort of that like flare on the lip there. I think that could also be added. Now, like I said, I don't know how many pieces you actually have. You do say you don't have a lot, so maybe you can't do some of these things, but those are just, you know, little features that could be added as well. You know, just like a working stock would be nice, and things like that, just to push your gun to the next level. But I think for what you did so far, it's a really good start. I love the working features, and it's just a pretty nice creation to have as a starting point. And there we have it. We have 3 submitted guns that I have gone over and I've given suggestions for. Some of them are kind of hard to give suggestions for, just based on circumstances or whatever. But I tried my best to give some feedback for all the guns that, you know, I would do or I would change. So, you know, hopefully this was helpful, maybe. Who knows, man. It's just a new series I want to test out, see how it goes. And I think basically every time I get in, you know, 3 suggestions, I will make another one of these. So right now I'm sitting on 1 extra, so I don't know, we'll see. Again, email is walker2@gmail.com. I'll put it in the description if you want to send yours in, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.